Miss Nikki in the house.
So we know what we're good at, but we know we're not good at. We spend all of our time.
My family know I've been married for 10 years.
I had changed my life so much in such a short time.
I've been doing that for 18 to 19 years.
I'm one of those people who I think, I grew up
serving the majority, as far as I can remember, as a kid.
Hey everyone! Yes, I am Chandra, and
allow themselves to be free. Sometimes I do coaching and other things like that, but
dance was my life. Dance is what I knew. Dance is what I breathed.
I lost a lot of time with my daughter in that first year.
It was an amazing job for actors.
Hi, and welcome to Commit to Change. We are coming to you from beautiful Stadtpark in Nuremberg, Germany. We have a special edition episode with the beautiful Miranda Oben that is next to me. Say hi, Miranda. I am Miss Nikki. I am the Jane of all trades, but the master of living. My goal is to teach and train entrepreneurs and others how to find balance between health, wealth, and self. And today we're going to talk a little bit about selfless service. Miranda, tell our audience a little bit about who you are so that we can get into why your story is significant to our Commit to Change audience.
Well, first of all, Nikki, thank you so much for finding the time to talk to me. I've listened to a couple of your podcasts and I love them. I love the way you bring that out to the people, and I love the way you find that thing in people to even bring out, to showcase. So thanks for having me. I'm really excited. Now, who I am,
yes.
It's usually a difficult question because I see myself in many different dimensions and spheres. But first of all, I always start with being a loving wife and a devoted mom.
Okay.
That's very important because that's the center of who I am. And professionally, I work as an IT engineer, and my passion is people. I love people, so anything that gets humanity move forward, you'll find Miranda. So you'll discover more.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the program that you started here in Germany. First, let me just tell you how wonderful this woman is. She brought her magazine, so I'm going to tell you. Right here, I know you can't see her, but I'll show you close up. She, in 2018, she is the African Woman of the Year of 2017. And she is one of the most influential Africans in Germany. Tell me, how did you get this title?
Well, I think this title went to show me something I've known as a kid, but it proved right, because it's like whatever you're doing, you can never tell who's watching. So I noticed from this title that a lot of people around Germany and around the world have been following up my work, but I didn't know how closely until I got the title of most influential person for 2017. So as a wife and as a mom and as a career woman, you have a lot of things you're doing. I mean, you're in the office 9 to 5, you're taking care of your son, you're taking care of your husband, you're all around, but you find time for the people. So with a lot of the associations and organizations, African organizations in Germany, and it doesn't matter what country, Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana. I mean, a lot of African countries started reaching out to me when they needed help in just about any domain I could help in. And I would always offer my assistance. I would always, help the African pride, showcase the African pride in Germany. Mm-hmm. And somehow I was very, very honored when the African Heritage actually sent me the cover of their magazine and had been, nominated as, and so many people thought, yeah, she should be the African Person of the Year because of her works. Now, I read the article and discovered a lot of things I had done, which I couldn't remember. So it's an honor. I keep saying thank you to the team out in Germany for, giving me that recognition, because through this recognition, it made me even work harder. So, yeah, that's significant to my life, yeah.
So now, in order to be recognized, you have to tell us like the beginning stages. Like, you can't just tell us what happened in the middle. You got to tell us the beginning stages of how you even got involved. Like, first of all, what do you do as your day-to-day? What is your job?
Okay, now during the day like today, it's on my lunch break, but during the day I'm sitting at the computer and working as a software engineer. So it's like software is connecting with clients all over the world, it's checking into their systems, it's implementing software. But during my holidays and weekends, I meet with the African communities around the world and the German communities and other African countries and all the countries of the world. Now it started expanding, and what I would do is host events. So whenever there is an event which has a continuity, some topic which inspires the young, inspires the women, the men, which makes us move forward as a people, you would see me holding the microphone and being the host. When I'm not hosting, I'm interviewing the people at the event to bring out the value of the event. So I always was at the center or on the stage trying to make sure that, you know, whatever it is that there is in someone which has that value, I try to bring that value out and then showcase that to the people, something like that.
So this is what gets me. You said you're a software engineer during the day. What was the catalyst or the road that brought you into being a speaker or to even do these events on the weekend?
That's a very good question. It's actually a huge coincidence. Well, I mean, in Germany they say es gibt keine Zufälle, as in there are no coincidences. So what happened is at university, you know, being from Cameroon and speaking English and French, there was always, you know, the francophones who spoke with the anglophones, and so there was sometimes someone needed to translate the questions or translate what they're saying to each other, or bring out, you know, this meeting so that we all live understanding what the other is saying. And then the other African countries. And then at my university, what we did is we would organize events and showcase the African pride to the Germans and other nationalities. But then a couple of my friends back then, they were just like, "Oh, Miranda, you already speak English and German and French, and your German is so good. So how about you just, you know, presenting, just being the host?" And I'm like, "Are you sure you want me to do this?" So at university, this is talking about 10 years ago, I would always pick up the microphone because I always say people pushed me in this direction. I'm sitting at university every day, learning, becoming a software engineer, but next to that, people see the speaker in me, people see the moderator, the host in me, and they keep calling me to host. "How about you hosting the event?" "No, we want Miranda to host the event." And I thought, okay, if you think I do it well. So at first it was a hobby. And then from a hobby and all the validation I was getting across Germany and then across other countries, I thought, well, how about getting this professional? So I got into talking to a German to professionalize me, to brand me. And that's what brought the Miranda Oben as a speaker brand, because she gave me, she worked with me to get me from a hobby moderator to a professional moderator, and she actually stepped it up to me getting the top events, which brands you now to the star moderator, you know. So I'll say people got this from me. So I'm not, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Thank you.
So tell me, like, from this, and now that you have your brand, I understand you also have an organization that has developed from this brand. Can you tell us a little bit about that, the name and what it is?
Yes, but I actually have there is work I do in Germany, and there is work I do in Africa for Africa.
Okay.
The work I do in Africa for Africa, that's the Returnees. Now this showcases people who have lived in the diaspora from different countries, but who have moved back home. They've moved back to their home countries, and they're reintegrating society in their home countries. They've every walk of life, and they're bringing some value out there. Now in Germany, what we're putting up is something we're calling at the moment the Speaker Zone. We haven't finalized the name, but that's what we're using now. In the Speaker Zone, we're bringing speakers from 50 different nations, 50 different nationalities, getting them on stage and making... What we want to do in Germany is something like a home away from home. So you're from the US,
right?
You're in Germany. I'm from Cameroon, and we're in Germany. The common thing that brought us together is leaving our home countries, meeting up in Germany. I have so many other nationalities like that doing amazing job back in their home countries as well as in Germany. So this structure and this organization we've put up right now, which is starting on the 27th of July, is bringing these 50 nations on one stage in Germany.
Wow.
First of its kind.
Wow.
First of its kind.
So now, besides being a software engineer, besides being a speaker, she's a wife, and she's a mom.
Yeah.
So how do you juggle all of that? Like, how old is your child? Tell us a little bit about that and how, like, you're able to juggle family life along with your now newfound passion.
Yeah, always my favorite question. You know, it's extreme discipline and focus. So whatever it is, I know I've got 24 hours in the day, just like you got, Nikki, and everybody else. So I make sure in those 24 hours, I use the time perfectly well. My routine usually is be up at 6 a.m. So I'm up at about 6 a.m. I prepare my son's lunchbox for school. And I prepare my husband's. He gets like a bottle of water and fruits to take to work. And then I try to do fruits to stay healthy. And so I'll prepare everyone's lunchbox and, you know, breakfast and everything till about 6:30. Then I'll get shower, get ready for work, and then I'll go wake up my son now, get him ready. While he's getting ready, my husband is getting ready as well. So that's the morning routine of mama and wife. And then I get my son ready, my husband is getting ready, everybody takes their lunch boxes, put in their bags, and then either my husband is going to drop him off or I'll drop him off. Either way is fine. And when we drop him off now, everybody goes off to work. So by 9 o'clock, we have got breakfast, we have dropped our son off, and everybody's in their offices. And I'm working now 9 to 5. If I'm not at the office, I could work from home. Now that's my home office. So I'll just log onto the computer and I'll be working from home till about 4. My son goes to school, and then he has like Tagesstätte in Germany, like some daycare. And then he'll be through at about 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. is either my husband picking him up, depending on how my meetings are at work, or his meetings at work. And then we all meet home again late as 5:30, and then it's time to get supper ready. So supper, and then 7 p.m. everybody eats. We've done homework, my son and I. We've played. Weather is getting beautiful, so we go out in the park, you know, go for a walk or get on the scooter because he loves being on the scooter. I got mine too. So I'll do mama and wife things, and, you know, homework with the kid, get him ready. Supper at 7 o'clock. He's in bed already at 8 o'clock. When he gets to bed, either my husband and I are going to be watching football at 8:45, or I'll be reading a book or answering my emails. Now, these are private emails from all over the world. Different events, different people. And the routine kicks off again the next day. And until Friday. And then the weekends, now we do a lot of family time. We go swimming together and so on. Holidays, we do that as well together. So the time I get to work on the extra things, I always say the passion, is usually between the kind of 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. And then I crash because I sleep like a baby.
So where do you see yourself and what you're doing? Like, where do you see it going in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, everybody's awake. Everybody's, you know, doing what they love doing. It's such a pity. When I look at the world, I think it's so sad to see people who have a lot of passion and skills and talents for all the things, but they're using the time to, you know, they're forced to do work which they don't like. I mean, life is so beautiful. We're so lucky to have every new day. And I always think, do what your heart asks you to do. Do what you enjoy doing. You know, wake up to it. It might be you need your 9-to-5 job, because I need my 9-to-5 job. I studied to be a software engineer. Besides, you get a lot of money from that. Then you can use the money from your regular job and invest in your passion. So what makes your heart beat? What makes you wake up at about 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. with a smile on your face? That is what you should be doing. 80% of the time you're living, and you don't know how long you have to be on this earth. So what is it you love doing? So reach within you, find what it is you love doing. So in 5 years, I see myself talking to a lot more people. I already do that, coaching or strategizing, like we said, with people, trying to find what it is, because they'll be like, I don't really know my purpose. How do I find my purpose? You find your purpose through your passion, because your heart beats with it. It's kind of like you know, how do you call these machines which are like, they kind of like a pacemaker? Exactly. So what it is you love, your heart clicks with it. It starts beating in tune with it. It starts beating in tune with it. So it's like, I'm on stage, I'm talking to a lot of people, I'm inspiring the young, I'm inspiring the women, I'm inspiring the man, I'm being recognized. But then what is it that I do that goes like that with my heartbeat? That is how you find your purpose. So you don't force it. You don't copy what someone else is doing. Every individual is unique and talented. So I always tell people, in 5 years, I might be reaching 1 million people now. In 5 years, I want to reach millions and millions and millions of people, billions of people through my voice.
Absolutely. She brings up a very important point of life is too short, and really taking advantage of what is out there for you. And those of us like who complain about our job, you know, that's one of the biggest things is people complain about their job. But something that I learned from Lisa Nichols is that you look at your job as your investor. So instead of having to go externally to apply and write this elaborate business plan, looking for the bank to give you money, or for someone to, you know, an angel investor or just an investor in general to give you money, look at your job as the investor, and you're just doing the things necessary at work to get that investment, that return, and use it for your passion, use it for your dream, and you will see your motivation at work will change as well. Like you will see things differently, and you'll be happy to go to work. I know someone's like, "Oh, please, I'll never feel that way."
To work,
but you will feel joy going to work because you know your purpose behind it. And if you were never told that when you're reaching for goals and going through life, you think of your why, and that is something that always have to stay at the forefront. So if you're thinking that your job is your investor for your passion, your why, then your mindset will change when it comes to going to work daily.
But you know what, Nikki, another thing with your job is find a way of also integrating your passion into your regular job. You know, at the office, if there was any company event, guess who speaks?
You.
Exactly. So you try now to take what it is you love doing, merge it into your job, and then use it creatively. If it is your voice, use it at work, so you can have a blend. Don't separate the two worlds. Whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever it is that makes your job, your profession go forward, you being a mom or you being a friend, a wife, anything, merge the worlds, and then you have, you know, I think success comes from just being honest about what you do and love doing.
So tell me, like, I know people kind of give you your accolades, and you get everything on the magazines and everything like that, but we are our worst critics. So can you tell me, how do you feel that you are affecting and giving back to your community? Can you see the effects of what you're doing?
I think I see it through the people. Their response, right? Not everybody gets back to you, but a lot who get through writing an email, writing a WhatsApp message, giving you a call, sending a voice note, you know, like, it gives you that sense of joy, that sense of fulfillment, because you get recognition, not only because you get the recognition on paper, but you change lives. People get back to you and say, because you got me in touch. I know, thank you. You change lives, because people say, because you got me in touch with this person, because you gave me this idea, I was able to build this out of it, and through that, I was able to also touch other lives. That's kind of like a multiplicator. So you touch one person's life, and this person went ahead to touch other people, and they get back to you and give you that feedback. That's exactly what you should be doing in the world. You know, we're one. That's what humanity is all about. It's about helping each other. It's about growing with each other. It's about being true to self, being authentic. What is it that I love? Then I do it. I touch the people around me, because true enough, it is when you think you're helping other people that you grow.
Absolutely.
You grow on their shoulders, actually. They raise you up. I've been raised because of the people I thought, well, I'm helping them. I love helping them. But guess what? It all comes back to you.
Absolutely.
Whatever you put out into the world comes back to bless you. And I believe with the feedback I get from these people, it touches me in a special way, because I know, you are changing their lives, and that's the most beautiful thing to do.
So now, being that you kind of fell into this, you're not one of the people that were like, okay, this is what I want to do. So I would love to hear your perspective when it comes to, like, what advice would you give to someone who is sitting on the fence? Like, they do have an idea of what they want to do, but they just can't get over that hump. They're just they're looking at the field of their dreams, but they won't take that step to enter into the dream.
First thing I'll tell them is already great that they know what they even want to do. And then the next thing is, like you said, their why. So you want to do that, but why? Why do you want to do it? When they can answer their why, then they can move from there. One thing which I say, the success which I mentioned, is through other people. It is not people as in, first of all, just a million people. It is your core people. Always have that circle, because I have a team which I call my core 8. These are 8. We're 8 in the group, so 7 people who, when I need to talk about something, I can call them anytime, or day or night. My husband is one of them. I can talk to him about almost any idea. So find people who see you for who you are. Find people who recognize the greatness there is in you. Because those people will be able to put that up with you. They'll be like, I think if you went in this direction, it would be good. Because they know for sure that you are the right person for it. And not everybody is going to give you credit when they recognize the greatness in you. So don't stay too close to people who think you cannot do it. Stay really close to people who see the greatness in you, because there's one thing which, to be honest, we have to recognize. Some people are born different. They're born already with that greatness in them. So find a circle of people who trust and see that in you. So what I'm going to tell someone who is sitting on the fence is, whatever it is you want to do, why do you want to do it? Try to find your why, just like you said, Nikki. When they find the why, then now find a circle of people around you, very close circle of people who know who you are, who see who you are, and who can lead you to that dream. And when you have got these people, now you build. Don't build with things like, with things, build with people. So wherever I have an idea, whenever I have a plan, I get the right people. When you find the right people, be honest to yourself. It sits well again with your heart. It's that heart bit. The moment you think, I'm not too sure about this person, don't put them in your circle of trust. Because it's always true. The heart recognizes its own. So find the right people, build your dream with your why, and you'll be successful. But don't be afraid. What stops a lot of people is they're on that fence like, should I not? But like I say with Nike, I love Nike, so permit me to do a little bit of that. Nike says, just do it. Just do it. Get off the fence and go for it. You were meant for it. That's why the dream is in your heart and not in their hearts. So you are well equipped from within to do whatever it is you want to do. Don't look outside. Look within you. Find that spot which is you and do it. Just do it. Just do it. We should make a song out of that.
Great words. Well, I don't know about copyright issues. I don't think we can. So tell me, like, so your story is very unique to me because, like I said, like, you were just doing your daily job and people counted on you for something because of the skill set that you had, and then it kind of was
I know.
and then it became like a domino effect of events that brought you to where you are now. Have you experienced any challenges while you have been going through all of this? Have you had to deal with any obstacles that you had to overcome throughout?
Question. You know, one of my most difficult things is saying no, because since it started as a hobby before growing to where we are today, it was just like, like I said, at the university, then the students were like, no, Miranda, you do it. Present Cameroon, present Africa, present Germany. So the stages grew bigger and bigger. So it was 100 people, then it was 1,000 people, then it was thousands of people. Then with the media, it's millions of people now we can reach. So as it kept growing, you get that validation, like, she's really good. Well, how about we want Miranda to do it? No, we want, if it's hosted by Miranda, I'm going to be there. And then you have all these different institutions and all these different countries coming to you. And then you think, it's hard for me to say no to them. But there is that point where you definitely have to say no when you want to align now by accepting who you are. Because at first you were just like, well, I'm just doing it and stuff. But when you realize to professionalize, to get branded, like I said, when this lady, I won't call the name now, for some... Well, let's not just call her name for now. I didn't ask her. I should ask her permission to mention her on tape. So when she was branding me, that was it. She's like, the Germans do it, and they've got German. You are doing it. You've got English, French, and German.
Yes.
And she kept saying something like, your charisma. I'm like, what is this charisma?
Yes, you're charismatic. Yep, I was going to say the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
She kept saying that. She said, do it. You have a way when you get on stage, which is unbeatable.
Yeah.
So you have to use that.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So she said, if you want people to recognize you for who you are, choose your events. That moment changed my life.
Wow.
So she would write an email and she would send the email and say, no, she can't do this event because this and that. Professional reasons. And then she guided me into a path which now became so unique to who Miranda Oben is. And then I'll say, yeah, it's been difficult to say no, but when I learned from her that that's how you brand by choosing the path you want to take, then, you know, you actually absolutely get to a place where it's better to walk out on a Saturday, pick up the microphone for an absolutely beautiful event, which touches the lives of many people, which has continuity, which grows with the people, which is very international, just like the world today is very international. But then let people know that when you pick up the microphone, you're going to deliver. Yeah, so that is what helped me now to be able to overcome that challenge of saying no, because she made me understand you have to say no to choose your path in life.
Absolutely.
You have to stick true to your path, and you have to accept. That's another thing. The doors opened when I accepted the fact that you're not only a software engineer. You might have studied, you might be good at your job, but use what it is, which is your skill and talent. Now, I could separate my professional world from that skill and talent, which was basically put in my crib. Because when I was a baby, I must have had a microphone next to me or something. But as a baby, you have some skills and talents. And one thing which I've never told you is, this is the 5th year and the 5th edition of Our Kids and Their Future. In Germany, we bring the kids together to showcase through education, through their skills and through their talents, what it is they can do. Because education, I think, okay, professionally, I'm a software engineer. My skills now with moderator and the talents, passing on what it is you can do to others, so that they can also find what it is in them. What is it in them that they were born with? They didn't have to learn it, and they love doing it, and then they bring it out to the world. So I enjoy working with the kids for this kids event, and that is exactly where I'm at the place in my life where, to be honest, I have a couple of interviews scheduled, but this is the first real time I'm talking about it like this.
Wow, I feel honored.
Thank you. No, thank you for bringing this out.
Yes, no problem. So I'm glad you didn't say no to me.
No way. Nikki's such a sweet person, honestly,
But wouldn't it be nice to get to that point in life where your biggest challenge is to say no? I mean, that is amazing. And it's funny that you brought that up too, like just staying in alignment. By saying no, it keeps you in alignment, because I know a lot of times, and I've done this in my past, where it was kind of like that hustle mentality, like I'll take what I can get. Let me get what, you know. But I'm at a place now where I don't want to do that anymore, because I saw that when you do that, it makes
derails you,
and then it takes you longer to reach your goal.
Exactly.
And so I'm getting to be where you are to have that challenge of saying no. I must learn from you.
Yes,
you know?
please.
And you should always be open to learning, no matter how much education you have. Should always be open to learning, because every person has a different experience and has a different way of putting those puzzle pieces together. So thank you. It's an honor.
That's it.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm an avid reader, or audiobook listener. And I always like to ask my guests, like, is there a book that you would recommend to our listeners?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of books I would recommend. One which is coming is mine, Dreams Do Come True, because I do believe if you stick to the plan and you're true to yourself and you're authentic in all you do, your dreams will come true. You know, there is this thing about really the universe conspires to make it happen, because when that dream is in you, you can make it happen. You just have to believe in yourself. But the book is still being written, so. But the real book I would recommend is by Stephen R. Covey, and it's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you read that book, find the treasure in it, and you will be able to, well, come back and thank me, not me. Thank all of us. Yes.
So here's your deep-ended, mind-blowing question. If you were given 1 hour left to live, what will be your final message?
First of all, I don't want to be given 1 hour left to live. That's for sure, because there's so many other things I want to do for me, for the world, for my family, for humanity. So if I were really given 1 hour left to live, first thing I'll do is I'll stop this interview like right here. I'll just be like, thank you all, and then I'll go back home. It's Easter break in Germany, and I'll go back to my husband and my son, and I would spend that time with them. But I will leave a message for the world. I would say, for all the skills and talents and gifts which were bestowed upon me as a child and growing up to a woman, I used the time to the best I could. Some I did right, some I did really well, but it was through the help of other people. It was on the shoulders of other people that I grew to be who I am today. So wherever you are, if you want to grow with people, right? The African used the word Ubuntu. Ubuntu is I am because you are. So look around you. Whatever it is you can do for humanity, do it. And whatever you give out is going to come back to bless you. And always stay true to yourself. Always believe you are unique and you were created for a big purpose. Always reach within yourself. Never look out into the world, the distractions. And one thing I would say is keep your mind as clean as an aquarium. An aquarium takes just clean water, right? So your fish can live. That's how I see my mind as well. Don't clog your mind with the world and the distractions. Stay focused. Live your purpose. Live your purpose to the fullest. And wake up every day with a smile. Every single day, every minute of your life has a purpose. Don't waste time. Do what it is you were here to do. Just do it. And dreams always come true.
Yes. So focus, live your purpose, wake up with a smile. I said stay focused.
Yes, of course. Yes,
focus,
stay focused.
Did I say stay focused?
And
I say it again.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
And spend that time with family.
And spend time with family. Wow. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, the interview has come to an end. Wow. She has really given out some golden nuggets. This woman, educated, software engineer, speaker, mom, wife, you didn't talk about the fact that you are an ambassador.
I'm a brand ambassador of Brussels Airlines, but I try not to talk about all those many.
See, and upcoming author, she is doing it all. She is setting the pace for other people here in Germany that are not native of Germany, and giving us hope that you can make your way even as a foreigner here in this country. And I think that is fantastic. And we just want to say thank you for coming on the C2C podcast and show now, because it's doing video.
Yes.
And it has been a tremendous honor to have you here with us. So I want to say that before we let you go, can you tell us where we can find you? Like, tell us where we can look you up.
Usually my website is a good place to start. You know, that's www.mirandaoben.com. That's the first way to get me. The second way is writing an email to my PR@mirandaoben.com, or just Google me.
Google her, yeah. All right, so as I said, that's a wrap. And I just want to say that when you want to get to the top of the steps of success, you got to take the first step. But just make sure you don't step on others on your way, because you just might trip. This is Miss Nikki, and we say thank you, and we bid adieu. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.